點解要推行中語藝文史教育呢？呢個係啟思中學校本創新教育之一，目的係引起學生對中國語言文學、藝術啦、文化同埋歷史嘅興趣。我哋相信學生嘅參與同埋佢哋對中國傳統藝術、文化遺產同埋佢嘅現代背景有深入嘅了解之後呢，將會激勵佢哋學好中國語文同埋中國歷史。中國有幾千年歷史，有好多寶貴嘅東西呢，係值得我哋傳承嘅。
中國語文科在推廣中語藝文史的教育方面擔當着重要角色。我們深信中文課程的教育可以讓學生了解及欣賞中國近5000年博大精深的傳統文化。課程內我們會通過用普通話或廣東話教授不同的歷史時期、不同題材的文學作品，讓學生知人論事，了解作品背後的文學價值及底蘊，進行思考與自身的聯繫及了解語言的博大精深。中文的跨科活動也有助學生了解更多歷史典故、古人及人文常識等文化精粹。在常規課程之外，不同的中文科文化活動也可以讓學生通過親身體驗來提升他們的文化素養。中學是個人成長的重要階段，我們希望學生經過這6年中文課程的沉浸，讓中華文化在他們心中扎根發芽，日後成為更有文化涵養的世界公民。
Hi everyone, there are also some CLACH elements in our mathematics curriculum. In Form 2, when learning Pythagoras theorem, we will also introduce some ancient Chinese proofs to students. Ogu theorem is one of the examples. By doing some class activities, students will be able to recognize and appreciate the development of Pythagoras theorem in ancient China.
In Form 3, there is also a CLACH element in our math curriculum. We can introduce Chinese abacus and traditional Chinese number system to students. Through investigation and the practice during the lesson, students are able to know the history and the mechanism behind of the Chinese abacus and the traditional Chinese number system. It is a taste for them to know about our Chinese culture, and also they will understand better of the traditional mathematics history.
Within the MYP INS curriculum, we study a number of units and make a variety of links to the CLACH program. In Form 1, the students learn about the legacy of Emperor Qin. They learn historical context for the Qin dynasty. They also learn about Emperor Qin's achievements, for example, the building of the Great Wall and Emperor Qin's mausoleum, all through different learning activities. Another link to the CLACH program is Unit 3, Cartographic Skills. In this unit, they are introduced to the history of cartography and learn about some of China's oldest maps.
中二級 INS 科就與中國嘅發展相關。單元1學習工業革命，會探討中國喺改革開放之後工業發展對中國帶來嘅成就，同埋當中工人所面對嘅福利問題。學生會分組彙報總結佢哋嘅學習成果。而單元2則為貿易，學生會認識古時嘅貿易路線，其中包括中國嘅絲綢之路。喺現代貿易方面就會以一帶一路為其中一個議題。唔少學生喺最後嘅短片製作習作都以一帶一路作為例子，講解貿易對唔同方面嘅影響。
Here are some examples of how CLACH is integrated into the MYP curriculum at CSS. In the unit Matter as Particles, F1 students learn about the particle nature of matter and carry out an investigation into the factors that affect the diffusion of tea. CLACH is integrated in this unit through research into how green tea originated in China. Students also visit the UNESCO-recognized Yimtinsai Island and observe how salt was produced by the Hakka clan from China. The trip helps them understand the concepts of evaporation, distillation, and filtration. In the Form 2 unit, Sounds Interesting, students learn about the role of vibrations. Here, CLACH is integrated through a research activity in which students create a video to showcase Chinese traditional musical instruments. The activity is introduced by CSS students playing instruments like the guzheng. In the Form 3 unit, Bags of Energy, CLACH is integrated through a field trip to the Nanlian Garden. Here, students observe how a water wheel works and analyze how energy was produced to make incense powder. They then use their understanding to evaluate the impact of renewable versus non-renewable energy sources on the environment. Through CLACH integration, students learn to appreciate the rich scientific heritage of their country.
Creative Secondary School's drama curriculum includes a number of opportunities to incorporate CLACH into students' learning. One example is our unit on world puppetry traditions, called Pulling Strings. In this unit, students are given the opportunity to inquire into a puppetry tradition such as Chinese puppetry. Through research, students are able to learn about the origins of Chinese puppetry, its stories and characters, as well as its role in Chinese culture throughout the ages.
除咗資料搜集，學生亦都會學習點樣去設計同埋製作木偶。去到單元嘅尾聲，學生會用自己製作嘅木偶去創造一個獨一無二嘅表演，令佢哋更加深化到自己對木偶嘅認識，同埋體驗到操縱木偶嘅技巧。
In Form 1, the students do a Chinese landscape painting unit. Each trimester, we select a different famous Chinese artist for them to focus on in collaboration with the Chinese department. This includes such artists as Wu Guangzhong, Ba Dashanyan, and Fu Baoshi. At the start of the unit, the students research the artist and analyze their work to gain an understanding on how these artists have pushed the boundaries of the traditional Chinese medium of ink painting and developed individual styles. Students create studies and tests of works concentrating on composition and technique, and focusing particularly on their brushstrokes and use of media. They then use this understanding to create their own painting, using the local sites around the Chengquan-O environment as their subject matter. Their works often focus on the use of various brushstrokes, liberal washes, and radical compositions to describe and render the scene. By studying these artists and creating their own works inspired by the artist, the students gain an understanding of how Chinese artists and artists in general develop their styles and use stylization in their work to reinterpret the world around them. Through looking into traditional and modern Chinese art, students get the chance to appreciate the Chinese cultures and understand the traditions, changes, and the new perspectives of their communities.
喺中一嘅體育課程裏邊，我哋都會打人語文嘅。咁最主要嘅都係教授佢哋一啲基本嘅技巧啦、克服嘅技巧啦。
And we also have external coaches that help them with their performances and just their techniques. Then they go away and they work with their house groups to create their routine for the Chinese festival.